Now we are going into the powers of the parliament. All right. The very first function of the parliament is the law making functions. You know that the parliament is a law making body. It makes laws for the country, and therefore it can make so many laws as mentioned here, point wise 1, 2, 3, 4. But apart from law making, the parliament has got many more functions that we are going to discuss. You see, the first function is that the parliament is entitled to make laws on all the 97 subjects included in the union list. You can say, rather, the parliament has an exclusive power to make laws on all the 97 subjects included in the union list. And these subjects are all of national importances. All right, like defense, finance, home, foreign affairs, and all that. Next is the Union Parliament has the right that it can make laws on state subjects also, both in normal circumstances and abnormal circumstances. All right, like when there is normalcy, it can make laws on the 66 subjects of the state list. All right, provided Rajya Sabha passes a resolution to make those laws. All right, and in abnormal circumstances, like you see during emergency, when the emergency is exercised in the country at that time, or when the president rule is there. All right, it can make laws, and president rule is only applicable to the states. So in these circumstances, the union parliament can make laws on all the 66 subjects included in the state list. Next is the concurrent list. You see, the union parliament has the power that it can make laws on all the 47 subjects included in the concurrent list. All right. Now, concurrent list means the laws are made by both the union parliament and the state legislature together, because these laws are important for both center and states. All right. As per example, education. All right. Now, education is a concurrent subject, and laws are made by the mutual agreement of both union parliament and the state legislature together. All right. Next is the constitutional amending powers. The union parliament can also amend, means change the provisions of the constitutional laws. All right. So it can amend. And for all important provisions, 2/3 majority of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha is required, and at least 50% of the ratified by not less than 50% of the state legislature. All right, then only that amendment will be made by the union parliament. For simple provision, the simple majority of the parliament will do. Means simple majority of the parliament can bring an amendment on a very simple provision. That's it. So that is how the constitution is amended. And we already have more than 100 amendments done in our country. All right, so far. Okay. Now next here we are going into the control on the national finance. That will be the next point. All right.